my dears, my sweet Virgo, and hello to my Ascendant Virgo listeners. Welcome back.
We are so happy to have you.
We are sliding right into Capricorn season, and we are going to be covering the week that takes us right through the holidays.
Yep, December 22nd all the way through the 28th, 2025.
And it is a foundational time, but for you, my sweets, this week is anything but quiet.
Oh, not at all. The cosmos is really serving up this stunning high wattage period of creativity and pure enjoyment.
I love that.
But it's also balanced by this deep, kind of necessary pull towards sorting out some crucial boundaries.
Especially in relationships, right?
Especially in your most important relationships.
Yeah.
So our mission today is to give you the blueprint, basically, how to max out the fun while also, defending your peace.
I love that mission. Maximum fun, maximum peace.
That's it.
Okay, so before we get into the celestial architecture of this week, can we just affirm something essential?
Please.
Be sure to follow your rising sign, my sweeties. It is so, so important.
It really is. The rising sign, the ascendant, it often determines how these energies show up in your day-to-day world.
So if you are an ascendant Virgo, this deep dive is absolutely custom tailored for you.
Precisely. And the biggest story right now is this huge energetic shift. I mean, it basically defines the whole first half of this week.
Okay, what is it?
According to this week's sky indicators, the sun has moved squarely into your 5th house, and it's sitting in that grounding Capricorn energy.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little for anyone who doesn't have the houses memorized.
Of course.
The 4th house, where the sun just was, that's all about home, comfort, deep, private, emotional stuff.
Right, very internal.
To move into the 5th house, that's a huge energetic leap, isn't it?
It's a profound shift. It's moving from introversion to extroversion. The 5th house is your zone of creation, self-expression, joy, pleasure.
And romance.
And romance, crucially. It's just so much more sociable and outward-facing than that domestic 4th house.
So the sun shining there is like a permission slip to go play?
Permission to play and to shine, exactly.
Permission granted. And what makes this transit so, extra potent right now is this celestial power trio that's gathered there.
The trio.
Mars, the planet of action and drive, already moved into that 5th house a little earlier in December.
Yes, and I really hope you've been feeling that Mars energy already, my dear listener. Mars in the 5th is just fabulous for your confidence.
Oh, totally.
It amps up your attractiveness, and it gives you this daring impulse to just, follow through on your desires.
It's like an antidote to that Virgo tendency to overcalculate everything.
A wonderful antidote. It encourages little risk.
We need that confidence for the holiday season, and then the fun really kicks into high gear midweek.
Right around Wednesday, December 24th, Venus joins the party.
Venus.
Venus, the planet of love, harmony, charm, she slides right into that 5th house too. So now you have the sun, which is your self-awareness, Mars for action, and Venus for attraction, all clustered in your zone of joy.
And how long does that last?
Well, this trio, they stay tight together all the way through the middle of January 2026.
Wow, that is a massive amount of planetary energy dedicated purely to enjoyment and passion.
And creativity.
Yeah.
It lasts way beyond the new year.
Okay, so here's the question. The Virgo soul is so often about service, meticulous lists, that ordered routine. How do they actually use this unexpected push for fun? How do they not just analyze the fun right out of the room?
That is the perfect question, because the default for Virgo can be to see joy as unproductive time.
Right.
This energy demands a totally different approach. If you have creative ideas, a novel, a business concept, a crafting project.
A romantic impulse.
A romantic impulse, yes.
Yeah.
This cluster is the engine to move those ideas from the abstract spreadsheet into passionate, real-world execution.
So it's the sky saying, use that Mars confidence, use that Venus charm, and just manifest your talent, your joy, your flair.
That's the instruction.
I think of it as like giving yourself permission to be messy.
Ooh.
Because sometimes that ordered metronomic routine, while it feels safe, can absolutely pulverize your passion.
Pulverize is the word.
This energy is pushing you to step outside the lines. Take a creative risk. Maybe just let someone else plan the dinner party for once.
Absolutely. The opportunity here is to integrate that self-expression into your structure for the new year.
I love it.
But even with all this creative fire, the week does begin with a little bit of friction.
Of course. The inevitable grit. What's the celestial snag that might momentarily dim our sparkle?
Well, the start of the week has some tension because Venus, even as she's moving to join that joy collective, she's still making a tense right angle, what we call a square, with Saturn.
Okay, and Saturn is in the relationship sector, the seventh house. So
Exactly.
the seventh house is one-on-one partnerships, contracts, even open enemies. And a square is a challenge that needs to be resolved. So this tension between Venus for harmony and Saturn for limitation in the relationship house, that feels like a sudden brake pedal, right?
That's a great way to put it. It often shows up as resistance from a partner or a family member or a close friend.
So you're ready to celebrate, and they're like, not on the same page.
They're throwing up roadblocks or just not matching your upbeat vibe. You might find chores or planning fall on you, or that someone is just, raining on your proverbial parade.
It's the clash between, let's go enjoy the season, and, but wait, did you finish your tax planning for next year?
That is classic Saturnian resistance. But, and this is so important, Virgo needs to understand this in a broader context. This isn't new.
Right.
This is the tail end of major long-term background effects that have been shaping your relationships for years.
We're talking about the heavy hitters here, Saturn and Neptune, which have been causing, let's say, real mischief in that seventh house.
Real mischief is a good way to put it. Saturn has been restructuring your partnerships for the last couple of years, bringing tests, heavy responsibilities, and even further back, Neptune has been in that same sector since 2012.
Wow, that's over a decade.
And Neptune brings dreams, illusions, but also confusion, uncertainty around who your partners really are.
For a pragmatic Virgo, that kind of ambiguity must be so frustrating.
Incredibly. But here is the good news, and I know Virgo loves a timeline.
Oh, yes.
These long-term background effects are winding down.
Yeah.
Fast. Neptune is gone at the end of January.
Okay.
And Saturn, the source of that restriction, follows in the middle of February.
Relief is coming. That's a huge realization.
It's essential.
So when you feel that pushback this week, that Venus-Saturn friction, you have to remember you're not fighting a new battle.
You are dealing with the final residual energy of these massive changes that are just about done. It's like the final exam before liberation.
I like that.
This week, Saturn and Neptune connect first with the Sun, then with Venus. So it might feel like a partner is being restrictive, but as the week goes on, the sources are clear. You will feel profoundly liberated.
And way more in the mood to have a good time.
Way more.
Okay, we need to hold on to that feeling of liberation because you're going to need that resolve for the energy at the end of the week.
The plot thickens.
It does. We're moving from short-term friction to deeper transformational pressure.
That's right. As we head toward the weekend, specifically Saturday, December 27th, we have the quarter moon in Aries.
And this moon is in Virgo's 8th house.
Yes!
Let's translate the 8th house. It's intense, it's deep intimacy, shared money, transformation, vulnerability. I call it the vault, where all the complex shared stuff lives.
A cosmic audit. I like that. And Aries is fire, right? It wants immediate action, confrontation.
So a quarter moon there is shining a light on something tense that needs to be dealt with.
Exactly. It can highlight relationship politics, issues of control, possessiveness, maybe jealousy.
And at the same time, the sun is getting closer to Mars, which is boosting your own enthusiasm.
Yes. So you might feel this almost impatient drive to assert yourself.
And that's the opportunity.
That is absolutely the opportunity. The script from the sky is telling you, do not feel guilty about asserting your boundaries.
Yeah.
Do not let anyone hold back that hard-won enthusiasm.
So if that 8th house transit reveals some subtle control dynamic, the moon is saying.
The moon is giving you permission to say, enough is enough. Use that Martian fire, my honey.
This shift toward demanding better boundaries feels so connected to the major healing aspect that's also happening this week.
The Jupiter square Chiron, it's massive.
It feels huge. It starts right at the beginning of the week.
It does, and it's the heart of the deep work. Let's break down those players. Chiron is often called the wounded healer.
Right. It shows where our deepest wounds are, but also our capacity for healing.
And Jupiter is the great expander. It's hope, knowledge, growth.
So Chiron shows the wound, and Jupiter shows the path to making that wound a source of wisdom. Where are they for Virgo?
Well, Chiron is in your 8th house, that same intense house of shared resources, authenticity, and transformation.
So the deepest wounds are tied up in issues of power, control, shared vulnerability.
Exactly. Uncovering truths that hurt, sometimes things that have been hidden for a long, long time.
And Jupiter, the expander.
Jupiter is in your 11th house, which governs friendships, groups, your social network.
Ah, so the square, the tension point, is between those two zones.
The core tension is specifically where money and friendship mix. The sources are so clear on this. It is critical to pay attention to that uneasy feeling when money or favors or resources are getting mixed up with friendships in ways that just don't feel right.
That is such specific advice, and so hard for Virgo, who wants to swallow the awkwardness to keep the peace.
It is. Confronting a hidden wound isn't very Virgo-friendly, is it? It requires vulnerability.
So how do you handle the emotion that Jupiter's expansion of this wound demands without just retreating into control?
You handle it by using that 11th house energy. The expansion demands that you share the journey. You don't have to confront the person causing the issue immediately, but you absolutely should confide in a trusted, objective friend. By getting an external perspective, you gain new insight into these really private 8th-house matters.
So the takeaway is, if you feel that hot flush of resentment when a friend brings up splitting a gift, or that cold dread looking at shared holiday costs,
Yes.
that is the Jupiter-Chiron aspect asking you to pay attention.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
And address the discomfort by seeking outside perspective, not by retreating into your own head.
The healing here requires confronting that vulnerability, but using your friends, your community, to move through it.
Exactly. You're identifying the old burdens, and you're starting the process of actually transforming them.
This has been such a journey, my sweets. Okay, let's synthesize this week for you, dear Virgo.
Let's do it.
You start the week with some gritty relationship resistance. That's the Venus-Saturn clash, fueled by the last dying embers of those long-term Neptune and Saturn effects.
But you pivot, and you pivot fast, thanks to that powerful Sun-Mars-Venus cluster in your 5th house. That launches you into a period of high creativity, fun, and romance that is going to last for weeks.
And the final layer is that transformation challenge.
Yes, using the quarter moon and the Chiron aspect to assert your boundaries and confront those hidden truths, especially around money and power dynamics with friends.
It's a powerful arc from, like, dutifulness to pure liberation.
It really is.
My sweets, use that inner fire ignited by Mars and Venus to clearly define your joy. Then let that laser focus that is so you, my dear Virgo, build the solid, necessary boundaries needed to protect it.
A perfect foundation to build your 2026.
If this deep dive gave you that crucial aha moment you needed this week, please don't keep that cosmic revelation locked away.
No, share with us.
Drop us a comment below and tell us which sky energy has you feeling the most liberated right now. Your engagement helps us keep bringing these deep dives right to you.
We absolutely love hearing from you.
Now let's see what the cosmos has in store for the rest of the zodiac, my honeys.